almost every plant or plant association had a use of some kind, medicinal, food, walking sticks, whatever. That we had everything. This was Eden. And I remember reading once where I think it was one of the botanists that Philip brought with him, and his first words when he stepped on the land was, "This is Eden." You know? And he said, "And we are going to destroy it." And I thought, when I saw that, and other references to that particular person were wiped from our historical records. It was just by sheer accident that it was left in this other document. And so that then made me realise that if I'm going to search out why we were invaded, I'm going to go into not to the official records, but to the records of the people who were actually there at the time, you know, their letters and things. And that's what I did. They were either passengers on the boats that came out, like official, mostly they were botanists really, and or their assistants. The assistants were very, very good at noting, but they didn't put it into their actual journals. It was in their letters. And so, and I think working in the Parliament for so long and having access to those things, it made me realise, you know, that history is not what is written officially. History is what is written unofficially. And that's all been my search, yeah. Particularly with plants, because they're important. I decided to put down all my knowledge of plants. And then that was I did a bit of research for the first encyclopedia, and it was amazing. I'd typed it, you know, out, and I sent a copy of it to 4 publishers, and within a week I'd had a reply from all of the 4. Now I've just completed a new one, which is, I think, 4 or 5 times the size of the old one. Or when they told me that they'd cut down so many trees to publish the Botanica, I thought, I'm never going to write another book. And then I thought, well, then the computers came, and I thought, now I can write another book and there won't cut down any trees. It's expanded. The new encyclopedia will have a more detail of the uses of the plants, because most of the plants in existence have a use, even the weeds. And yeah, so, and why can't we use them? You know, instead of killing animals. But I have to admit, I do like my slice of steak on occasion. Mum taught me about the seasons when I was a little kid, and I sort of had it in the back of my mind because I knew when the food was good and that sort of thing, but I never told anyone about it because I tried it once at school, one of the schools I went to, and I got severely reprimanded. Don't talk rubbish, you know, that sort of thing. And so I shut my mouth and didn't say anything more until I met Gavin, and then it all came out because he was Aboriginal, and not only that, he was Darawal too, and he wasn't related, even better. And yeah, so and that's how it all happened. If I hadn't met Gavin, it still would be secret. What I discovered is that the calendars or the seasons are related to the river basins. So you get each river basin has its own common set of seasons, right? So that you can't apply the Sydney seasons to the Melbourne seasons. You've got to find your own. And Mum used to say that, you know, over the mountains it's different. Oh yeah, okay Mum, you know. I never asked why, which is stupid of me. And yeah, so, But when I finally got to university, I started to do all of those subjects that covered the seasons and the cycles and everything like that. But that was general. It didn't come down to the river basins. And I thought, well, if we use those seasons that are particular to river basins, we'd be a lot better off. And so would the farmers. That's the other thing too, is we are actually using the wrong seasons. What we should be using is, we are using the yearly seasons when we should be using the 11-year cycle. Because within that 11-year cycle, you have these 6, 4, oh, I forget. But anyway, we have these seasons, right? This set of seasons, which is, it goes from drought to flood to ice or cold and massive heat. And so you have this sort of cycle, this 11-year cycle, and we go through it every 11 years. So we should be actually preparing for the drought and preparing for the floods, because we should know when they are coming. And in the old days, we did know when they were coming. And so we moved up if there's the time of flood coming, or we would move down when the time of drought. So, and we don't do that. And we allow our farmers to till the soil every 12 months and to clear the vegetation away every 12 months, when they should be doing it once every 11 years. And the soils would be better. And we should be resting the soils, and we're not. My message is, don't look at the parts. Look how the parts work together to make a whole, right? This is something that really frustrates me, is they plant, even here, they plant a whole lot of different species of the same order together, when actually they should be planting them in the proper associations that they grow in. You see, over in Europe, you get vast forests of the same species. Here, you got a mix, and these mixes sort of work together, right? Because our environment is totally different to the Northern Hemisphere, totally different. And it operates differently. It's on a totally different set of cycles. And not only that, there's minor cycles too that work. And the plants growing together help each other. Well, we have that knowledge. And it is knowledge of the land, of the creatures of the land, and of the environment. It is the knowledge of where we live, right? It is the history of where we live. And if we got the white man to apply that, the knowledge, and how to deal with the things that have happened in the past, we would be a lot better off today.